What's going on, everybody, and welcome back once again to Luke Zach Football. And before we get into today's video, make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. Today's video, I'm going to be doing my post-Week 6 USFL Power Rankings. So, let's begin. Coming in at number 8, I still have the Pittsburgh Maulers, who were coming off of a thrilling first win game this last week. And now they came into this week, and they were down 23-3 in the fourth quarter, and they almost came back. They made it 23-16, and they needed one more stop, and then they would have had an opportunity to tie the game or win it all. But their defense wasn't able to get them off the field, and they lost 26-16. The one bright spot for the Maulers is they have a good leader at the quarterback position, and Vad Lee, who made his first start and played in the late stages of the previous week when they won. And he just shows that he is able to just be a good leader, and when things aren't going right, he pulls his guys together. Coming in at number 7, the Michigan Panthers, who signed quarterback Josh Love, who was the starting quarterback for the Maulers at the beginning of the season, but I don't think Josh Love will be a starter. I think Paxton Lynch and Shea Patterson will still get more reps. But the Panthers were unable to beat the Stallions. They were able to hang around with them for a while, and then eventually, the Stallions were able to just win the game. They couldn't stop the Stallions' offense, and even when Alex Magoo was in, and their offense just continued to struggle. Coming in at number 6, the Houston Gamblers, who lose again in heartbreaking fashion, back-to-back weeks now, where they lose on the final play of the game with a walk-off touchdown. And not only that, now they've gone every single game this year, they have led at halftime, and they've only won one of their games, which is just insane. Gamblers just cannot seem to finish games, but that's why I think they're better than the Panthers and the Maulers. They're able to close games out better, and even though the Maulers beat them, they're able to, give better fight. That's what I meant. Unable to close games out. But even though the Maulers beat them, the Gamblers beat the Panthers beat the Maulers. So, either way you cut it, it's hard to put one over the other without disregarding win. Coming in at number 5, I got the Tampa Bay Bandits, who lost to the Stars. The Bandits are a very up and down team. They're sitting at 3-3. They're just a tough team to analyze. They look different every week, but you gotta think that they still have a strong chance to make the playoffs in the South. Coming in at number 4, I got the Stars, who were able to beat the Bandits. The Stars are now at 3-3. They are in the playoffs currently. They're the second team in the North behind the Generals. The Stars are a pretty interesting team. Their defense is able to hold in certain situations, but overall, what won them the game was their offense, led by Sam Koukis, the backup quarterback, who will be the starting quarterback for the rest of the year due to that Brian Scott injury. So the Stars are a pretty interesting team. They will most likely make it into the playoffs, unless barring a major collapse. But they are an interesting team to look out for. Then coming in at number 3, I have the Breakers, who were able to hold on against the Pittsburgh Maulers. They won 26-16. They get to 4-2. The Breakers' defense seems to be very strong. Even in some of their losses, the defense was able to hold up in certain situations, but overall their offense is very inconsistent, led by Cal Sloter, and it's not really all Cal Sloter's fault. He's dealing with injury, but their offense just seems to, when it's clicking, it's fine, but when it's not, it's just very out of sync. Like against the Stallions, they scored 13 points. Against the Generals, they scored 17 points. This week, they scored 26, which doesn't seem bad, but one of their touchdowns was a pick 6, and they just weren't able to get anything going throughout most of the fourth quarter. So the Breakers are, a very inconsistent team, but that defense plays very well, and you have a shot against anybody when you have a great defense. Coming in at number 2, I got the Generals, who got a clutch win over the Gamblers yesterday. Luis Perez with the game-winning quarterback sneak. DeAndre Johnson got injured in the first quarter, leaving Perez have to play for the rest of the game. And that's not your normal backup quarterback situation. That's a quarterback system, a two-quarterback system, I mean. So, Perez came in, played well, and I think it's very hard to say who is the true QB1. I mean, they both offer different things. DeAndre Johnson brings in a second level to the running game. He helps the team out as a whole, the offense out as a whole, because the defense has to worry about him taking off and running. But Luis Perez's accuracy on some of these throws is just really, really impressive, and it's things that DeAndre Johnson probably can't do, but DeAndre Johnson can do things Luis Perez can't do. So I think they're going to continue with the two-quarterback system. Now, I mean, it seemed like they were kind of gravitating towards DeAndre Johnson full-time, but after this win that Luis Perez led the Generals through, I don't think they're going to be able to do that, completely go in one direction. So, and then another guy on the Generals, Cavante Turpin, the wide receiver. He might be the fastest wide receiver in the USFL. He scored 2 touchdowns yesterday. Guy's explosive. He's just really fast in the open field, and he might be the closest thing to like a Tyreek Hill in the USFL. Coming in at number 1, I still have the Stallions, who are the only unbeaten team left. Has been that way for a bit now. They are 6-0, and their defense continues to play very well. Their offense played great with Jamar Smith and Alex Magoo. I do find it interesting how they brought in Alex Magoo again in like the third quarter when Jamar Smith was playing great, but it just seems to be a common theme with this team. So and it works for them, I guess. So I think they're going to continue to go for it. Alex Magoo ran in a touchdown, so you do got to give them credit for that. But the Stallions, riding high right now, I think they pretty much are guaranteed to make it into the playoffs. It's just a matter of winning once they're in there. But comment down below what you guys think about all this. It's heating up. We're already now more than halfway through the season, and I'm excited to see how the rest of this season unfolds for all these teams. But comment down below what you guys think, and other than that, I will see you guys next time.